And then she takes me into the back, right? And then totally unravels the. Are we live?
Yeah, we're live, man. But what's going on, YouTubeites? Welcome to the Cover Price Top 10 show for May 27, 2025. We have a special show for you guys. It's going to be a very fun one. But in order to kick this off the right way, let's do it. Lord, stop.
Shake it, make it, pull it back. Oh my God.
Hold on and get some, boys.
In the great hall of the Justice League, there are assembled the world's three greatest heroes, created from the cosmic legends of the universe. Their mission, to fight injustice, to right that which is wrong, and to serve all mankind.
Now that's a name I've not heard.
In this, you shall know that the Lord is upright.
Shake it, make it, pull it back.
In this, you shall know that the Lord is upright. In this, you shall know that the Lord is upright.
Hold on and get some, boys.
Jack, here's the deal. I'm the best there is.
In this, you shall know that the Lord is upright.
What's in the box?
Like a spider monkey.
Oh, it always feels good to hear that, man. That's
Man, that is my favorite outro, man. More intro, because that, man, nostalgia. Talk about nostalgia, man. That is a good intro, man.
That song still grooves. Every time it's on, you still kind of
Yes.
you got to bob to that bad boy right there for sure.
Absolutely, man. Absolutely.
Yep. But like I said, guys, it's a very special night. 1 year ago, exactly today, was when we found out, unfortunately, Tim, left us. And, I think we all kind of not entirely dreaded this day coming, but it's always a reminder of, that day. But I think not just that day, it's always important to remember everything he did for us. And, without him, we all wouldn't be here. And I think tonight is safe to say we dedicate this show to Tim, because everything he did, man, I have nothing but high praises for. Marty, we are gonna do the top 10, but of course, let's say a few quick words.
Sure.
Before I let you go, hold on. Before I let you go, with this, though, I know you guys are looking around and you're like, "Yo, Laura's not here. Unfortunately, she had to go take care of some things on her end. I believe she's headed to a con, but of course, I feel like Tim would want her here in spirit, and he always had a way of doing that. Did he not? There was once upon a time something like.
Until next time, boys and girls.
And
She'll be here in spirit, though. You know why?
Come to me. I've been waiting.
Oh my God.
We're clipping that.
No, we're not.
Yeah.
I love it.
That's how we kept her here in spirit, man. So yeah, Laura's still here in spirit. Still here in spirit. But Marty, what's up, man?
Oh, man. Greetings and salutations, geek and geekettes. Just like what you guys were saying, man, tonight's show is a show to pay honor, to pay tribute to our friend TiVo. He's been looking down upon us ever so often. His spirit is always around. Anytime we do a show, he is always with us, man. And I strongly strongly believe it. I strongly believe in signs. I see signs all over the place when I wonder and I question and I ask myself. But nevertheless, he was such, oh my God, we go way back, man. We go way back. Ray, I mean, seriously, I mean, how did we meet Tim? I mean, we were comic book fanatics early on back in the days, and we came up with this idea of a show called Comic Talk, and we started doing the show, and TiVo was one of the earliest panel members we had back in 2014, Ray, 15, somewhere around that time frame.
2015, I believe.
Yeah, and so yeah,
I just moved to Alaska.
Yeah,
so
yeah, dude. TiVo was one of my first inspirations when me and Ray started. We actually started talking with each other about comic books. Me and Ray, we decided before we actually decided to do Comic Talk. We did Comic Book Fanatics together. And so when that started developing, we had this great idea to do the show called Comic Talk, which, like I said, TiVo was part. And from there on, man, after Comic Talk, we decided to do Lords of the Round Table, then Lords of the Box Office, and I wish all those videos of his from his old channels were still there, because that's some history, man. That is some history there, So. It's been a hell of a journey, a hell of a ride, and I tell you what, it's been fun. So thank you everybody for joining us tonight. We hope you guys stay to the end of the show. Once again, this is a show honoring TiVo. Can you hear me, Ray? Because you're here doing this.
Oh, I'm hearing somebody snoring in the background.
Oh,
it's not Lords of the Long Box. It's not some dog in the back there snoring and farting away. Like,
I was like, wait a minute,
back
there snoring, is it?
I've got I've got R2D2 and Jabba the Hutt right there going on.
Love it. I love
my
it.
Princess Leia on this other side. No. But yeah, that's my baby. My baby.
I'm pretty sure that's somewhere on the bingo card. If we were to check it, I'm sure it's got to be there. It's got to be there. But yeah, man, Ray, you were just talking, how you met Ray. You guys, just thinking about what you just said. That's 10 years, guys. 2015. It's 10 years of knowing each other, doing some amazing.
Oh my God.
Content. It's crazy. It's crazy to think. Time flies. Time flies.
Dude. And here's the thing. I dropped off after Comic Talk and all this stuff. Me and Ray, we dropped off. But Tim, he kept going, man. He kept on having shows after shows, and even if there wasn't a full panel, he'll do the show himself, man. So he was so dedicated to bringing content to people on YouTube, and he did it selfishly, man. Not but he didn't want anything. He just did it because the love of the comic books, the genre. And he would like to talk about it, and if no one was there to be a panel member, he'll talk about it himself, and have a good time doing it anyways, man. So, but that's what really impressed me about Tim, man, is like, even though you see people just left, doing whatever they did on YouTube, he always remained consistent, man, and he kept it going. He kept the show going. He brought in people, different panel members who he helped along the way as well. I mean, if it wasn't for Tim giving them a platform to be recognized by, I mean, my God, none of these people, like these higher YouTubers would be where they're at, man. So, TiVo has got a say in a lot of the things within the community, man, and he goes way back, dude.
Yeah, absolutely, man. Dude, including myself, I wouldn't, if you would have asked me 1 year ago, would I be here doing this show with you guys, the top 10 without TiVo, obviously I would have not even thought of that. It would have never even crossed my mind, and yet here we are, man. So he did pave the way for absolutely everybody. But I'll reserve some kind words and things I want to say about TiVo for the end of the show. Let's continue to go around the horn. Ray, how's it going, man?
Hey, it's going pretty good. I was kind of happy. I've been sitting by waiting for this moment for Marty to say, hey, can you come on the show? Because I got the taste of it a few times. I was like, I want to be back on there. But I've just been staying busy. I completed my master's on May 10th, so I got to walk at the University of Louisville for that. So that was a big achievement. And then 2 weeks later, I did my second bodybuilding show, which came in second, third, and fifth. and I'm going right back into another prep starting July to do another show in October. So that's like my passion right now is, you know, competing at a high level, over 50, and just, you know, racking up, you know, medals and all that good stuff. So September,
man. It's like your army medals. It's like when you walk, you clink, clink,
yeah.
clink,
And in
clink.
September, I'll be certified as a National Academy of Sports Medicine fitness trainer. So people want to get healthy, I'm the guy to talk with. There's my Instagram name right there, Team Franklin Fitness. I can come up with a workout schedule for you, a diet for you, and all that stuff. And I'm going to be starting out pretty cheap, $50 for all that. Until,
Shameless plug.
yeah, until it starts.
Good, man.
So the plan is after being certified, and then my wife gets certified with the special needs program, then we are going to move to Sin City and just go from there. So
hasn't comic book collecting for the nerds just really evolved throughout the years, where, you know, early on in its collection, you know, era, you know, comic books were just, especially if you're older, were just for nerds or for, you know, for geeks. But then as, you know, people started really kind of evolving and starting to see coming out of their box, if you will, and, you know, started really, there's all types of collectors, man, from all types of genres.
I don't know if you know the twins from the NBA, Brooke and Robin Lopez. Those are big comic book fans right there. And them guys, they cosplay, and they're both over 7 foot tall. So it doesn't matter who you are. There's a lot of collectors. Like I was in Vegas one year, and Nicolas Cage was there at the Comic-Con buying books, buying big boy books, not no $3.99.
That's because he got rid of all his collections before that. Remember that, right?
Yeah. A lot of it got stolen from him too.
Yeah, so
that too.
It's opened up to a, you know, some people probably used to be ashamed back in the day. Yeah, I didn't like talk about it when I was younger because, you know, thought you get laughed at about it. But now family and friends, they know, oh, he's a collector, you know. And then
you know,
they see my stuff and they think, oh, wow, that's pretty impressive.
Well, Ray, remember,
pretty impressive. Then I'm like, okay, now I'm not a geek, a nerd no more that you used to call me. I'm a collector. So.
Well, Ray, remember when we were in the military, man? You didn't really, you know, as higher ranking leadership, you know, you don't have many people to talk to about comic books. You know what I'm saying?
They knew I did, but they was like, you know, okay. They would ask questions first thing out of their mouth because being in the Army, oh, you collect Sergeant Rock? No, I don't. No, but I have a couple of his books. But
I got some.
But all right, man, let's keep it rolling. Gabe, one of the lords right here, baby. What's up?
Hey, what's up? I'm glad to be back. Thanks for the invite, Lando. Like, I know it's an open invite, but it's always nice to be like, hey, Gabe, we need you here. It's a special day.
Yeah.
It's like we've been saying before. Every show is dedicated to TiVo, but it's nice that we have a day of remembrance for. Hey, buddy, what's up? Oh, you want to go look at eBay? Okay, I'll show you later. Okay.
Oh, he's scouting some books.
He's ready, dude. This kid, he got the collector gene, dude.
Hey guys, that's parenting done right.
Yeah. He's like, I need some more Thomas the Train Engines, Dad. I'm like, all right, buddy, we'll get you some Thomas.
I love it.
All right, buddy. I'll talk to you later. Okay. Go hang out. Yeah, that's on YouTube. What's up with that, huh? All right. Anyways, I'll take care of this in a second, but have a good day, guys. I'll be right back.
Sounds
all
good,
right,
man.
Go ahead, Gabe.
Sounds good. But yeah, like I said, it's a very special show, guys. As you can see, a lot of love. Of course, we're always thinking of TiVo. Tonight, we definitely are going to spend some time remembering him, and we're going to kick off the top 10 list right now. So let's do this, guys. Now, of course, the top 10 list comes from our friends over at Cover Price. They're bringing us those sales, the big sales, the top 10 books that sold throughout the week. Now, these books are sold on the aftermarket, and you guys have been buying them, so we're here to report that. So, to kick off the runner-up of this week, we got Gabe. Let's go, Gabe. Show us what we got.
Let's do this. Number right in the not quite the top 10 yet, but making it there, just kind of kissing the edge, is Invincible Universe Battle Beast #2 by Ryan Otley and Annalisa Leon. This is the Battle Beast Blind Bag Advanced Edition foil. Wow, that's a lot to say right there already. All right. This book came out of the gate hot as hell, achieving high sales of $62 before leveling out as more copies hit the market. It was a book collectors wanted to get their hands on, as it is not often that we get to binge a new comic series out of the gate. It's calmed down dramatically, but it's still moving at a good clip. We've tracked 38 copies sold, 7-day growth trend of 45%, and a high sell, $20 for a near mint raw copy. And currently, a near mint raw fair market value is $11. So $62. If you were patient, it's an $11 book right now.
No, really, that's so crazy, because I think we talked about this last week, how it just it went off the roof, and I think, but it's interesting.
Yeah, dude, the blind bags were like cover price, right? They were dirt cheap. They were like what, $4 or $5, somewhere around there. So like seeing books hitting this, it's pretty interesting. Obviously, you made your money back and some more. But what is really fun, like I said, is that I saw nobody talking about the actual book. What was inside? I still didn't open my pack, guys. So
Bro,
really?
I have no
I
idea.
say that every time we talk about these crazy gimmicky stuff, or when it's all just like a cover conversation. Nobody talks about the interiors. Nobody talks about what happens in the book. Nobody talks about the stories.
Yeah.
It's just the object itself.
Yeah, I like
Not
that.
even the object. It's always just the cover or the gimmicky blind bag situation we're in these days.
Yeah,
Nobody talks about.
Unfortunately, Gabe, you hit the nail on the head, man. Those days, unfortunately, are far and few between for a lot of collectors. I mean, yeah, a lot of older collectors. Yes, we know the interior, we know the writer, the artist, the cover artist, the interior, the penciler.
We know the inker, we know the colorist,
the inker.
the letterer.
I mean, and you go to the cons, and you know who they are, right? And you get your book signed by them, but unfortunately, it's we don't see that very much anymore, and rightfully so, because we're in a day and age of immediate gratitude, of wanting an immediate thing. And what is an immediate thing? The first thing you see is a cover, right? Or what's the significance of the book? Is it a first appearance? Is it a key issue? Is there going to be a villain in it? Are we going to see it in a movie? Or is it going to be a character?
Is it a cool story? Was there a cliffhanger?
Right.
Somebody gets stabbed.
Missing out.
What was the situation?
Do I see Batman's dick in there? Is you see him saying? I mean, come on.
There is an issue. There is an issue.
I got a couple copies.
Yeah. I mean, am I wrong? Am I wrong for saying this? I mean, no. I mean, I don't think so.
I think it's just that fear of missing out. Whenever a book comes out, everybody's got to have it because somebody will post it.
I say,
Instagram.
But Ray, the way
missing out, everybody's got to have that book. Like, I used to get caught up in that in the beginning because of the variant covers, and I was like, "Oh, slow down! I'm gonna be broke." So I'm at the pick and choose of what I want. Like Dynamite, for instance, they have a lot of variant covers, and
oh my god,
yes, I would love to have them all, but
now
since they come out with the cartoons I used to watch, Herculoid, Space Ghost, I want all those covers, but I was like, I can't get it, but
I will.
Day and age.
I will say it is a very interesting thing. I love that they did do this because it did get a lot of people interested in the Invincible universe, Battle Beast itself. So I do like that. I'm sure people have read this. I myself didn't get the chance to read it. I'm waiting to hear some feedback, but besides that, I will definitely give this a read once I have the opportunity to get one. I hope I have one of these in my blind pack because not only am I looking forward to the read, but hey, man, if I can make a quick buck, pretty cool. Because run your mint copies, guys, of Invincible Universe Battle Beast #2, the Ryan Otley and Annalisa Leone Battle Beast Blind Bag Advanced Edition foil at a top sale for $20 in a raw near mint, 7-day trend of 45%. All right, Marty, let's kick off the top 10 for real now. What do we got?
Bringing it on the top 10 list is Marvel Team Up number 14, Corey Walker, Battle Beast Blind Bag Edition foil, Marvel May of 2025, So this is just released. The Battle Beast blind bags were a big question mark for most comic book collectors. It was advertised that the bag would contain one of the variants of Battle Beast #1, including the chances at retailer incentives. What wasn't mentioned was the pack would contain first-time reprints of key issues of Invincible's run. These reprints have foil covers and are a rare pull for the blind bags. Once these were discovered, many hit the aftermarket and the sales started rolling in. Some collectors want the guarantee of securing this cover rather than hunting it through multiple blind bags. We tracked 84 copies sold at a 7-day growth trend of 3%, with a high sale of $45 for a near mint raw copy and a current raw near mint fair market value of $29. And okay, I'm okay with that too. I mean, I would wait just like the other one, you know. I mean, if it's gonna, I'd rather know what I'm getting as opposed to gambling with a blind bag. But once again, you know, the whole gimmicky thing, yeah, that was okay when I first, just like Ray said, when I first initially started. But then I just really started seeing it was just really oversaturated with those. And once again, you know, we're starting to see again oversaturation, gimmicky things. We see blind bags. We see, you know, whatever's the next, you know, immediate thing. You know, just be very careful with it. And just like what you were saying before too, Gabe, you know, let's you know, we don't get into the love of comic books just for the read, the storyline, and you know everything about the character like we used to. You know, everything's so gimmicky nowadays.
I think there's a place out there though for talking about the actual story and the actual art of the comics.
Yeah.
I think that we are just kind of in a bubble here, like this group, you know, what Cover Price does. Not in a bad way, but you know, because this is all about sales and stories. You can't really do a top 10 of stories of every week kind of thing, right? But I think there's a place for being able to discuss what actually happens in the comic, discuss the art, discuss the story layouts, panel by panel, all that kind of fun stuff that's the antithesis and the guts of comic books. But this is a great book. I had an original copy of this back in the day when it first came out. I was big into Invincible when it was first coming out. I love this book. I'm glad that people have an option to get it, but in context of wanting the variant of all the different covers and you have a certain one that you want, I think the best idea is to just maybe go on eBay or wherever and get that one copy as opposed to, you know, sacrificing a bunch of time, effort into buying multiple blind bags. You get caught with a bunch of nonsense you don't want if you're looking for just this one cover kind of thing. But I'll say this, in my own kind of idea about variants, I find it interesting that this is already getting oversaturated. That you guys are saying is already getting oversaturated when this is still fairly new.
Yeah.
Everything's blind bag. I like the idea that blind bags are inexpensive. That's cool. And it's not like other blind bags that come out where it's a bidding war and it's $100 thing and it's a mad dash chase for things. But it's fun to see that it's in a saturation point already at the start.
Yeah.
But you know, despite that, man, I mean, I like the cover. I love the mashup with it, you know, with the Invincible universe and Amazing Spider-Man Marvel universe. So I like that concept, and it'd be a cool book to have, you know, if it wasn't just so much for, you know, trying to find the book, you know, and then getting it on the aftermarket for $45. Right?
I'm impressed that Kirkman got Marvel's A-OK to reprint it.
Yeah, I think that's what I was gonna just bring up here. Just a little focus on the actual book, though. What's interesting is that the ultra rare that came in as the runner-up is selling lower than this one, and I think it's because everybody's a huge fan of this crossover. It's a great book, great opportunity to pick this up on the low if you didn't get the original. Because Gabe, although I would love to have the original, it goes for significantly more than $45. So I think it's a good alternative for people to pick this up. And I would imagine this would be a book that people would love to read, right?
Yeah, absolutely. I'd love to read the storyline on this.
Yeah. But all right, Ray, I want you to take us to number 9. So guys, at number 10, we have Marvel Team Up issue 14, the Cory Walker Battle Beast Blind Bag Edition foil with a top sale this week for a raw near mint at $45 and a 7-day trend of 3%. Number 9. Oh, I love this one.
All right, number 9, Superman: A Friendship Unleashed, number 1. That's the Travis Mercer and Andrew Dalhouse Milk Bone giveaway. It was released April 2025, based on the trailers, which every time I see the Superman trailer, I get excited. I cannot freaking wait.
Oh, yeah.
It isn't just a Superman film. It's going to be a Krypto film. Finally, get to see my boy in action, Krypto. If you don't like Krypto, then you need to go to another planet. It's been heavily featured in promotions, and this is the latest one. Fans were able to purchase a box of Milk Bone dog treats and then received a free comic book. Hey, you get it? Try one of the Milk Bones. I don't know. Maybe you might like it. The quantities were limited, and it sold out in one day. Woo, pretty impressive right there.
Wow.
Those that were lucky enough to snag multiple copies have been pushing them on the aftermarket, and it has been firing off. Fans love Superman and Krypto. We tracked 34 copies sold at a 7-day growth trend of 8%, with a high sale of $75.
Yeah, buddy.
$75 for a near mint plus raw copy, and a current raw near mint fair market value of $64.
Wow.
There you go.
That's
Sold out in one day.
Yeah, but guys, I have to chime in here because one, I want to give a shout out to two people, two awesome fellows. One is Love for Comics over on Instagram. Go follow him, check him out, even on Whatnot. And my brother Travis, who is actually a writer here at Cover Price for the Cover Price Shakers list. Now, they did sell out. But this week, just a few days ago, they had a restock on the website. So they restocked these, and we were able to pick them up for dirt cheap. Like, shipped to your house was like $10.
That's it? Okay.
Yeah, that was pretty much it, man. So you had the opportunity. There was a second get at this, and I got to shout both those guys out because they both picked me one up, and I am so thankful for that. Because you heard me last week, I was crying, man. I was like, not one American brother of mine reached out and said, "Hey, let me take care of you up in Canada." No,
dude,
but they did. They did on the
wow.
restock.
Dude, I had no idea, man. I would have jumped onto this too if I would have known about the sale. So it would have been nice if my Canadian brother would have hooked the American brother up.
Marty. I put it in our group chat.
So I would love to have a copy of this because, first of all, of course, I'm a dog lover and I'm an animal lover, of course. And I just love to see the connection of Superman and Krypto, and especially in the way they're promoting it. They're doing an amazing job with advertising the James Gunn Superman that is coming out soon. You see so many advertisements of Superman Krypto, or just Krypto alone, with even on the covers of books being going for people are selling it on the aftermarket. So you're seeing a lot of great promotion with Superman coming up. So they're doing a great job, and I'm looking forward to seeing James Gunn's rendition of it.
Yeah,
I'd like to see movie theaters hand out a comic book like this. I think that would be something special to see happen, to kind of get the moviegoer interested in the comic books, or
probably
interested
IMAX.
in comics.
I can see IMAX doing that, but not no regular theater.
Yeah.
No, you don't need like 1 million copies, but why not? Some cheesy comic book, or even just, it'd be nice if they kind of gave you like a catalog that was like, here's all the cool trade paperbacks out about Superman. Here's All-Star Superman for all seasons, that kind of stuff, or something. Whatever.
Yeah, but I am very curious to see once 9/8 start hitting the aftermarket, because I'm going to bring up JSS Brooklyn, who is a good friend of mine. He brings up a good point, saying that the main issue with the Superman book was, unfortunately, its condition upon arrival led most books to be around a 7.5 because they were shipped without bags and boards, and just with the dog treats, in a box, and it's just like, the way that probably got handled. A lot of them were pretty banged up. So
okay,
that goes to show, just once we see 9/8, I think that is gonna send those skyrocketing, man, for sure. I think that's what we'll be seeing.
So grab your copy now if you want one, right?
Yeah, if you think you've got a 9/8 contender, man, I'm curious to see what those are going to sell for on the aftermarket. So I imagine we'll see that in the upcoming weeks. But guys, at number 9, a French Superman, A Friendship Unleashed. Number 1, Travis Mercer and Andrew Dalhouse. Milk Bone giveaway had a top sale for a raw near mint plus at $75 with a 7-day trend of 8%. All right, we're coming right back around the table. Gabe, what do we got next?
We got next, after we get away with the Milk Bone, We're going to talk about Exquisite Corpses, number 1, the Michael Walsh secret foil. Everybody, it's another foil, and it's secret. A secret variant cover is a big chase for most comic book fans. Once a secret variant is released, yeah, buddy, I know. What's up, brother? He's downstairs. All right,
Gabe, you're muted. Gabe, you're muted.
oh dang it. Once a secret variant, I was reading this whole thing, and I was like, nobody's said anything yet. Once a secret variant is released and word gets out, the hunt begins and the aftermarket is set ablaze. That was the case for this secret foil cover, which debuted James Tynion's new series. Not only has his series been receiving tons of positive reviews, but this secret variant makes this cover all that rare and more desirable. We tracked 20 copies sold, 7-day growth of 100%, high sell $140 for a CGC 9.8 copy already, and current raw near mint $65.
Wow. It's a big sale, man.
That's a big sale, man. And we're looking at what? Secret foil?
Yep.
What's that mean?
What is the secret foil?
So this is the secret. Yeah, the secret foil. I'm not too sure if this ended up becoming a one per shop, one per account, or whatever it was. But yeah, these were popping up as a little secret addition to
so
shop
it's the
orders.
rarity. So it's the rarity of it then.
Yeah, exactly. But I do have to say, guys, I highly praised this book last week because I loved the story. The first issue was amazing. James Tynion doing amazing things right out the gate with this one. Basically, you've got, several characters here. I think it's, I don't remember the amount off the top of my head, but it's something like 12 characters, 13 characters. They're all placed together, and it's a tournament of survival of the fittest, man. We see who ends up surviving out of all these characters. Really cool concept, man. I love everything about this. I'm
awesome.
I'm fully on board.
Thank you, Lando, for talking about the story inside of a comic book. That's good to hear.
Yeah, man. Anytime, guys. I really think you guys should definitely get on board this because this is totally written for television. Like the last page literally gives you a tournament bracket of who, we get to see now the bracket, who's going to make their way. And I guess you can predict it as we are now at issue 1 or, I don't know if every issue we're going to start seeing people get eliminated, obviously within the story. I don't know if the bracket's going to get updated at the end of the issues, but man, it's so cool. So
it's kind of a battle royale, like Hunger Games kind of thing.
Yeah, man. And each there's polybagged ones as well that come with a trading card, and each issue is going to have those trading cards. And what's cool about that is that at the end of this, I'm pretty sure this turns into a game. You know what I mean? Like kind of what's happening within the book. You're probably going to be able to do this with the cards, and it's really cool. Really cool.
I definitely can see like it becoming a franchise too, because you can go so many places with it. I just got this book in, so I'm looking forward to reading it. It's a kind of a thick book too, so it's definitely got I'm looking forward to the storyline.
Yeah. But anyways, man, love this. Guys, Exquisite Corpses, number 1, came in at number 8. This is the Michael Walsh secret foil, and it had a top sale for a CGC 9.8 at $140 with a 7-day trend of 100%. Now, Marty, take it away with number 7.
Yeah, number 7 brings you Mark Spears' Monster 1. This is the Mark Spears 5th print, Evil Dead homage, 1-in-20 ratio, Keen Spot Entertainment, May of 2025. The hot covers just don't stop when it comes to Mark Spears. He has been dropping hits after hit since his first book was released back in October of 2024. Very few times have Mark Spear Monsters covers not been on our top 10 list. This time, the spot is taken by a 5th print retailer incentive that homages the Evil Dead's 2 poster. It is a massive win, and fans are pushing up the value of the aftermarket. We tracked 18 copies sold at a 7-day growth trend of 5%, with a high sale of $100 for a near mint raw copy. and a current raw near mint fair market value of $100. Oh man, absolutely beautiful Evil Dead homage. You know, Mark Spears always knocking it off the park, and once again, he did it well.
Yep. I love this. Ray, are you on the homage? Not the homage, on the Mark Spears train right now?
No,
No,
no.
no.
He blew it away, man, with that cover of the Bride of Frankenstein that
Yeah, I love
came
that.
out, and that is just such a beautiful, beautiful cover. And ever since then, I mean, he's been really knocking out some good ones. And his monster run, I mean, he's been going strong with that for a while.
I don't have none of this new stuff, but some of his older stuff, yes, I do. I like
Mhm.
the older stuff, but all this new stuff he got out, because I know when I was on the show a couple of times, I think he had like 5 books that was in the top 10. And I was like, holy cow.
Yep.
Monster books are like insane. So, but no, I haven't got none of this new stuff, just his old stuff.
Yep.
So,
Exactly. And
they
I'm
look
happy.
sweet, though. They look sweet, but
I thought this was a Mars Attack
never
cover
met
for a moment.
Yeah, dude, it's a well done, dude. It's very impressive to see that Monsters 1 has now made its way to a 5th printing, and JSS Brooklyn bringing up a great piece of information here, because it is true. If you guys look at the bottom there, where you get the names, just like a movie poster at the bottom, you know, who's the director and all that stuff. What Mark Spears actually did was he gave, he did a little shout out to many of the content creators, like Laura herself, Bird City. Laura,
absolutely.
She's on there. She's on this cover. So you can see many other people like Swagwahas, etc. I think there's Brian McClay. So it's nice to see, how much he does care and appreciates that, a majority of us do make the content that we do. He's got his finger on the pulse when it comes to the content. So that's really nice to see. I haven't seen anybody do that on a big scale as such. So really cool. But anyways,
Absolutely.
yeah. At number 7, we have Mark Spears Monsters #1, the Mark Spears cover, of course, 5th printing. And it is an Evil Dead homage. And it's a 1 in 20 ratio, having a top sale for a run near mint at $100, giving us a 7-day trend of 5%. Ray, show me what we got next.
all right, what we got next is number 6, which is The Curse of Shirley Johnson, #1. And that's by Ryan Otley, 1 in 50. By Image, of course. The announcement of No More Home here generated tons of hype for fans of darker stories in the Spawn universe. The book was rebranded to The Curse of Shirley Johnson, and a few retailer incentive covers were swapped, which could be the main reason for the high trends we're seeing for this book. This one was at the top books we highlighted on our day after Wednesday, and it looks like it's still trending. Let's see here. We tracked 16 copies sold at a 7-day growth trend of 13%, with a high sale of $139 for a near mint raw copy and a current raw near mint fair market value of $119. And there we have it. The Curse of Shirley Johnson, #1.
Impressive, man. Yo, this is a 1 in 50 already going raw for more than
Dude,
retail price.
I've got to look on my pull list if I got this, man, because I do not remember this, and I try to keep current with all the Spawn universe, man. But man, I don't know how I missed this one, man. This is
great. I know it's just a cover that Ryan Otley did, but man, I would love to see Ryan Otley do a Spawn book now. His Spawn is awesome. He's great. Like, I love Ryan Otley. He does great like horror. He does great like destruction and mayhem stuff. I think that would work great if he did a Spawn book. I would love to see that.
Yeah. I really like the Todd McFarlane cover. That's the one I picked up. That was available at FOC. But I agree with you, Gabe. I think Otley does an amazing job with Spawn stuff. He Otley does amazing work. Period, dude. Like a lot of his covers, dude, are really nice. Like, and
if you look, he's on the list quite a couple times tonight.
Yeah,
he's an underappreciated artist. Like he was so off the radar because he was doing Invincible for so long. But once he got off of Invincible, he started doing like Spider-Man and Hulk. He got more of a spotlight. but man, he's always been a top-notch artist. I
Do we have
love
the
his work.
do we have the picture for it to show? It's not showing on my end.
For what?
Number 6.
Yeah, it's here. It's up.
It's on the screen.
It's up.
Oh,
It's on the screen.
Or even in the notes, you can click on the link and it'll take you to the website and just like a clearer picture of it.
yeah.
Oh,
It's badass, dude. I love the pentagram. I love like the candles melting, the creepy little girl as a violator. It's he does great stuff, dude. He's such an underrated artist, dude.
Yep. I love it, man. But guys, at number 6, we have the Curse of Shirley Johnson. Number 1, the Ryan Otley variant, the 1-in-50 ratio, having a top sale for a raw near mint at $139. It's got a 7-day trend, guys, of 13%. Pretty impressive sale, given this book just came out. But let's go back around the table again, Gabe. Show us what we got up next at number 5.
All right, back to me. It's all right. We got a back issue on the list here. All right, Avengers number 162 from Marvel Comics. It came out August of 1977. In case everybody forgot, Vision Quest is still in full production, and it's set to wrap up filming in June. The series is expected to premiere in 2026 on Disney+. Since the end of WandaVision, we haven't heard much from Vision. However, a new rumor surrounding the series, adding more to the cybernetic cast. Okay. Based on a recent casting call. Some believe that we will see Jocasta. I get it now. Jocasta's debut in the MCU soon enough.
Yep.
With Vision being the main character of the series and Ultron the villain, it is not a wild jump to assume we will be seeing Jocasta. And that rumor was enough to set the aftermarket into a frenzy for her first appearance. We've tracked 16 copies sold of this issue, 7-day growth of 147%. High sell, $275 for a beautiful CGC 9.8 copy, and current near mint raw is $16.
Not too shabby, man. Not too shabby. Dude, I think for me, it's George Perez. Anytime I see Perez work, I always get excited. And unfortunately, we lost him a while back. But yeah, I love this book. Jocasta making... Okay, look, let's get into this for a quick second. Vision Quest has been on again, off again, right? I feel like that series, we've been getting news briefly about it, and then it kind of faded away, and now we're getting it back again. So we see some hype here. You guys excited for Vision Quest?
Nope.
No.
Not at all.
Nope. That's 2 no's. Marty, what do we got?
I'm indifferent about it until I see it, man.
Yeah.
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 So I mean, we'll see.
Yeah, we will see. But again, clearly, people with just a slight rumor that Jocasta is going to be making, a debut within Vision Quest. Well, you can see we got some love for this book. So at number 5, we've got the Avengers 162 top sale for a CGC 9.8, $275, 7-day trend of 147% this week. But all right, guys, we're at the halfway mark. So I do want to remind you all, if you're enjoying the show, hit the like button, hit the subscribe. Make sure to come back on Thursday as we bring you guys the weekly shakers at 9 p.m. Eastern time. So with number 4, what do we got next?
Yes. So Web of Spider-Man Volume 1, number 36, Marvel, March of 1988. Spider-Man Brand New Day is still changing the aftermarket trend with a ton of rumors. In the latest rumor, new villains named for the movies were reportedly dropped at the recent Disney Consumer Product Show. No official news have been released, but a deleted Instagram post has reported that Scorpion, Boomerang, and Tombstone will be featured in the film. This rumor has sparked massive interest in the first appearance of the Tombstone. The issue has taken off. We tracked 33 copies sold at a 7-day growth trend of 118%, with a high sale of $316 for a CGC 9.8 copy and a current raw near mint fair market value of $22. Yeah, stick to the low price on this bad boy because I have the complete run of Web of Spider-Man. And if this is rumor about speculation of Boomerang and what was the other Scorpion and Tombstone? No, come on, dude. This is short term spec. This is not something that you should be paying $316. And so stay on the low end on this. You can still probably find this in back issue long bins too.
Exactly, dude. Pump the brakes. Don't go after this book. Nobody's cared about Tombstone in 25 years. If you want this book, give it like 6 months or whatever, and you'll find it for like $2-3 again. Like this is one of those. And here's the thing: we've been doing this show long enough. We've talked about this stuff week after week after week after week. We know these rumors blow a book up, and there's a pretty darn good chance that Tombstone will never be seen, or he'll be in the movie and might get the wrong type of casting, or is just lame in the movie, or it might not even show up. It might be just one of those rumors that somebody just sparked and people just started grabbing it for no reason, and Tombstone never shows up, and this is a dead in the water spec book that is a quarter bin book or a $2 book kind of situation. So we all been here. Let's hold up, pump the brakes. Yeah, Michael, you're right. Michael Baker, 6 months, more like 6 weeks. It could be 6 days. It could be next week, and you'll see this thing fall down to nothing. But it's a cool book. This Web of Spider-Man book. This is gonna be the theme of my discussion today. It's an underrated series. Like, this is a great series all the way across. A lot of good first appearances, a lot of good stories, a lot of side stories. There was a lot more Peter Parker than Spider-Man kind of stuff, but great stuff in this series. So get these books and have fun reading them.
Yeah, well said. Guys, so far the rumors are all over the place when it comes to characters that are going to be making their way into Spider-Man Brand New Day. Like I said, you just finished saying, Marty, how you've got Boomerang, you've got Tombstone, you've got Scorpion. I'm seeing even more characters in discussions. So I have no idea what's happening with Brand New Day right now, but I am going to hang tight. I'm not going to start getting crazy on speculation. Don't forget, they got Mr. Negative in talks. We saw that book just pop not too long ago. So a few things, maybe, take it easy. Let's see what's really coming to fruition once we get some casting stuff. But
pump the brakes, as Gabe said. Pump the brakes.
Yeah, but I this book is a wonderful book to have in your collection, regardless, and it's a great read. So yeah, first appearance of Tombstone, I'm all for this, guys. At number 4, Web of Spider-Man issue 36 has a top sale for a CGC 98 at $316, 7-day trend of 118%. Ray, show us what we got at number 3.
We got Miles Morales, Spider-Man number 33, and that is by Taryn Clark. Came out May of 2025, so this month. Let's see. Keisha Kwan makes a debut as big as her biceps in this issue of Miles Morales. Not only is it her debut, it is also the debut of, hope I don't jack this up, Philomelis and Pyra. This book is moving fast on the aftermarket, but if you follow our article releases, we saw this coming. We featured this book on our final order cutoff and also highlighted in our new comic book day article.
Yep.
Has this book been on your radar? We tracked 24 copies sold at a 7-day growth trend of 302%, with a high sale of $20 for a near mint raw copy and a current raw near mint fair market value of $15. So if you want it, go get it. It's a first appearance, and we know folks love first appearance or debuts or first cover appearance. We just greedy human beings, and we got to have that first appearance.
He said we're the greedy human beings.
We got to get it, because we got to spend that money to get that debut, because that's what we do. So go get it.
I totally picked this up, man. I got to give shout out as always to Lefteros and Cover Price, because it was on Lefteros' list, and it was a great issue, guys. The actual Miles Morales Spider-Man run has been pretty fun. You brought up the fact that you get Pyra in this one, and you've got Philomelis. There's a lot going on here. Even Ares is in this issue, man.
Philomelis.
Yeah, whatever. But yeah, man, it's a great issue. Character seems
what would you call it? Willamillis.
Yeah,
Oh yeah, well, that's what I pronounce it. I mean,
I'm spitballing names here, man. Philomillis.
I don't know, man.
Hey, it all works, man. It all works.
Willis.
But yeah, man,
I love it, man.
It was a good
Good.
issue. I mean, you see her Hulk out into this form, but in the last panel, you know what I mean. So it was a good read. Like I said, I'm genuinely enjoying the Miles run so far. I'm caught up now, and yeah, good times.
Is her character name really Powerlift?
Sorry,
is her name the character name on here Powerlift? Because it says on here,
yep,
something Powerlift.
Yep, I see. I see Audie with the cannonball. This is Mikey Sutton news. Haha. Well, here we go. Cannonball. There you have it. I had to bring that
There
up.
we go.
I think that was more about the what was
The
it,
Tombstone.
Tombstone book we were talking about.
Exactly.
Meet the might of Powerlift.
Exactly.
Right
I saw the cannonball. I was like, I gotta play it. But guys, at number 3, we got Miles Morales, Spider-Man, issue 33. This is the Torrent Clark variant. Top sale, run your mint, $20. 7-day trend of 302%. My oh my.
nuts.
All right, Gabe, talk to me.
All right, number 2. We're coming up to the end, but we got ourselves here an awesome Nightwing 126 Viscali Georgiev 1 in 25 cover. Take a look at this work of art within a work of art. And it was one of our top incentive cover picks on Cover Price's new comic book day. This cover features the in-universe street art of Nightwing. It is extremely well done and is unlike the Nightwing covers that we've seen before. Additionally, this issue is the first appearance of Captain Hollow, a ghost of the first cop ever killed in action. The story is a good mystery arc, and the villain's future is left open-ended. If you're a fan of great covers, key issues, and retailer incentive rarities, this is the book to pick up. We've tracked 13 copies sold, 7-day growth of 223%, high sell $100 for Near Mint Raw, and currently a Near Mint Raw fair market value is $86.
Oh wow!
You like this one, Ray?
Oh yeah, I do.
Yeah, it's interesting. You know, we just not too long ago spoke about Pop Kill, and Pop Kill, there's an Adam Hughes cover that was available on Kickstarter, and that book's exploded on the aftermarket, and it kind of reminds me of that issue, this one here, simply because you got a little boy staring at wall art, walking his dog, and the fire hydrant's there, and it's pretty much, you know, it reminds me of that. But I want to speak about this book and a specific somebody. I got to give a shout out, guys. Mighty Mel V, man. Who I'm sure everybody here probably knows who Mel V is. It's Drunken Chat. You know, we talk Lords of the Long Box. That's another channel that I always watched throughout time. And Mighty Mel V was talking this one up every week, letting people know they could eat good if they wanted to, because it was still available on some websites. But now this has dried up. And as you can see on the aftermarket, this one's doing some damage, man. I like this cover. I don't know what you guys think.
It's a beautiful cover. I love it. It's well. They actually made the art on the wall seem like wall art too. And everything else is third dimensional to that, and so it's a well done cover. Good job with that.
Yep, I love it. But guys, at number 2, we've got Nightwing 126, the Vasco Georgiev variant, 1 in 25, with a top sale for Run Your Mint at $100. 7-day trend of 223%. Marty, what do we got at number 1?
Yeah, bringing in the final read for this evening. And if you have not done so yet, please hit the like. Please, if you have not yet and you're new to the channel, subscribe. Do us a favor, let us know how we're doing. Leave a comment. Be involved in the chat. We really enjoy everybody out there in the chat contributing to be part of the show. And there's some good knowledge out there, and there's some funny comments. So thank you for that. And if you're watching us on the rewind, thank you for joining us as well. And don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button out there. So number 1, brings you Invincible number 19. Once again, Ryan Otley, regular. Image, January of 2005. In case you haven't heard, Battle Beast has been making waves in the comic book world. It looks like the first official solo series for the character started off on an excellent footing. Battle Beast number 1 is a hot comic, and its variants are being hunted down all over the aftermarket. Amazon Prime already has a great series with Invincible. Could this newfound popularity foreshadow a future spin-off show? Maybe, maybe not. But it doesn't look like there are big plans for the Battle Beast, and fans are doubling down on his first appearance, even going as far as dropping $1,325 on a 9.8 copy.
Damn!
Setting a brand new all-time high for a sale in that grade. We tracked 10 copies sold at a 7-day growth trend of 57% and a current raw near mint fair market value of $564. Wow.
Big wow.
That's a
big
lot
wow.
of dough. That's a lot of dough right there.
Yo, big time. Gabe, I'm sure you've got at least 2 copies of this.
Dude, I used to have a huge run of Invincible, but when the first season came out, I sold all that stuff off. I have original art from Invincible still. I still have a couple issues here and there. Some of my favorite like key appearances and stuff like that. Great book though. This is a great series. Again, like I was saying before, Ryan Otley is a beast. He's a fantastic artist. He's a great guy. I've had dinner with him before. So I'm excited to see just Invincible slap people in the face. Like when it came out of nowhere. And these books are so hard to find because it was one of those series, and this is back in the day when they weren't really overprinting books. So this was a series back in when it was coming out that only people who were buying the book had copies of this book. So it's very much almost like a Savage Dragon kind of thing where there wasn't many copies left on the walls when they were coming out. You don't find these things in back issues. You definitely aren't going to find them in back issue bins anymore. Yeah. This stuff. No. And the thing is, like, if with the series, the cartoon, if you haven't read the series already by now, then you don't know. But you are not prepared for some of the stuff coming up in the series coming soon. So get the hardcovers, get the trade paperbacks, read this series, love Invincible, get ready because the stuff coming up in the next couple of seasons are going to just shock you even more. I love this book so much.
Yeah, man. Dude, I agree with you. I say that some of my favorite stuff involves Thrag. Invincible. So, I want to see a lot more things unfold from the Invincible universe. It's crazy to see these sales. This is a huge sale, guys, for CGC 98. Huge.
Yeah, huge.
Yep. But anyways, guys, at number 1 this week, we had Invincible issue 19, the Ryan Otley. Again, Ryan Otley. Look at you, Ryan.
Yeah, look at that.
This is the regular cover, and it had a top sale for a CGC 98 at $1,325 with a 7-day growth trend of 57%. Guys, we hope you enjoyed the show. That was the top 10, but as we said at the beginning of the show, tonight we want to remember TiVo, and every night, because, I said it, without him, I don't think all of us would even be here. Had you asked me 1 year ago or told me that I'd be doing this, I would have said impossible, right? But here we are, man. And I come into these shows every single week, making sure to give you guys 110% because, I don't hit that live button once without thinking about Tim. And I hope I do him proud every single week, whether it be on the top 10, whether it be the Shakers, whether it be any of this fun stuff we're doing. And to be here, unfortunately, without him is always heartbreaking, but it always feels wholesome when I have the Lords here. And that is something that I'm so blessed and thankful for. So Gabe, Marty, Ray, having you guys hop on tonight, I can't thank you enough. Seriously.
Well, I greatly appreciate being asked to come on. Like I said, we've been knowing, we knew Tim for a long time, and and it was more than just comic books. Like, we messaged back and forth, because he was a big Redskins fan, and I was a big Cowboys fan, and we talked smack to each other and all that stuff. And just talk about things in life. You know, he was a big dog lover. He was always say, "Hey, don't go buy no dog, man. Go to the pound." Pound. I'm like, man, I'm not going to no pound. No, I don't know if that dog might bite me because I didn't raise it. But he had a kind heart and all that good stuff. And, you know, I just, you know, sit back and think and appreciate everybody's, you know, kind gestures as in remembering him, because, you know, normally when people pass away, they're like forgotten unless, you know, it's a family member. But, you know, I've forgotten family members because time had went by and you just, you know, get caught up and you forget. But, you know, but with Tim, it's like he's still here because, you know, the shows that are being, you know, on YouTube and everybody mentions him, that lets you know that, you know, he was very, very loved in this community. And, you know, it's just a shame that, you know, he left us last year. That's why I make a conscious effort when I talk to people. Hey, make sure you get yourself checked out. You know, health is important. You might think you're healthy, and then one day, you know, you're gone. You know, exactly. I go get checked up at the VA every 6 months, or if I'm feeling a little down or whatever, I'm going that day or whatever to see what's going on. But you just got to make sure you take care of yourself, because you only have one body, and once that's gone, you're not coming back from that.
I'm nodding and, you know, agreeing with you, but I'm guilty for not checking up. I'll be honest with you, fully transparent. So I'm gonna totally turn that around, man, because it's well said, bro. Well said. But yeah, Gabe.
It was awesome to be here again. Tim would be proud and happy. And I might just double up on what Ray said. You have to take care of yourself, everybody. Like, you need your checkups, take your vitamins, go out and be active for at least an hour a day. Make that time important. Put the effort into it. Make time for some kind of activity, an hour a day. Eat right. Check your food. Everything's poison out there, everybody. Yeah. Everything is poison. Seriously. But to get off that kind of bandwagon about health, it's all about fun here. It's all about the comic books. I'm glad to be here with my brothers. I'm glad to be here to see Ray, to see Lando, to see Marty. Marty's dog left. You know, that's why I got quiet in the background. But I'm always here. I just want to come here and talk comic books. That's what I'm all about, is just to talk about comics, love of comics, the happiness it brings, the community it is brought together for us, friends who don't live anywhere in the same country, the same side of the country, that we've never met before in person, is all the stuff that's been developed with our shared love of comic books. So I'm glad to be here.
Amen. I really wish we could have done like more. I'll always feel like it's never enough to pay back to Tim and all of that. But you know, this is the top 10 show, and as we said at the beginning, maybe we'll do a bit more. You know, I wish Laura was here, but as I said at the beginning of the show, she's here in spirit. Let's remind everybody.
And
she'll be here in spirit, though. You know why?
Come to me. I've been waiting.
Oh my God.
We're clipping that.
No, we're not.
I love that. I love this clip, bro. I love this.
I love it.
What town is she going to? Did she say? Was it Dallas? Where's she going?
I'm not too sure. We'll ask her in the chat, but yeah, I probably
read on eBay. What was the name of the title?
You're talking about that one. But yeah, Marty, take us home, man. Take us home.
Hey, man, this show is an honor and tribute to Tivo, our friend, like I said, and us coming together is every day of twice a week, coming together or spending time with each other. Whether you're back and forth, or you're an OG, or you're someone that just helps out with the show, like guys like JB out there, right? That comes on and helps. Otto, who's come on the show before. Justin, Nemesis Prime. I mean, we got we got a lot of people. Not to mention these panel members here. So it's all in tribute to him, and we thank you guys out there for joining us and enjoying the show and bringing this live to you. But just like what Lando said, be on the watch out, because we have talked about doing a just more of a longer sort of a tribute to TiVo, like what Gabe had said earlier in the beginning of the show. So something like that. But just
That was
so,
behind
so,
the scenes, Marty. That was supposed to be a secret.
Oh, okay,
That wasn't
okay.
Love it. Don't ever change.
Okay, whatever. Okay. But guys, hey, I had fun tonight. It's always great to be here with you guys. TiVo is with us in spirit. He always will be, and he's always looking down upon us. You guys have a good rest of the night. Be safe out there, okay? There's some madness that's going on in this world, let alone in this area, man. You guys be safe out there. You know, it's one thing to be healthy like these guys were saying, but man, you guys watch each other, okay? Take care of each other. Be kind to each other. And may the comic gods and the spirit of our friend TiVo continue to bless your long boxes. Excelsior.
Excelsior, man. Well said, Marty. Guys, it wouldn't feel right if I signed us out tonight. So I'm going to take a step out. Hang tight, because we're going to sign out the way we.
Until next time, boys and girls, keep digging in them long boxes. Peace out.
Come on and get some, boys.
In the great hall of the Justice League, there are assembled the world's three greatest heroes, created from the cosmic legends of the universe. Their mission, to fight injustice, to right that which is wrong, and to serve all mankind.
Now that's a name I've not heard.
In this, you shall know that the Lord is
Shake and bake and pull it back.
In this, you shall know that the Lord is In this, you shall know that the Lord is
Go on and get some, boys.
Heck is the deal. I'm the best there is.
In this, you shall know that